Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome to another episode of Oilers After Dark. This will be episode 170. November monthly review. Another month that wasn't so kind to them Oilers. Overall, the record is 9-12-1. They have a 6-day break. We are on day 4 of it right now as this is being filmed on Monday, December 4th. What can I say? The good, the bad, the ugly of November. And there was a lot of bad. There was a fuck of a lot of ugly. Not very much good. But hey, overall record, they ended up being 7-7. 4-2 at home, which is important, but 3-5 on the road. That road record needs to improve in December if they've got any chance at hell of making this year's postseason. Let's dive into it, shall we? I'm going to go away for a second, and I'm just going to show you the big old board of boards. Bam! Now, as you see here, the standings while I was recording is Vegas 36, Vancouver 33, Colorado 32, Dallas 31, LA Kings 29, Winnipeg 28, Arizona 26, St. Louis 25, Calgary's got 23, Nashville's got 22, Seattle's got 22, Anaheim's got 20. Oilers have 19, 6 points back. Not too shabby for how bad their season has been. Minnesota has 18, Chicago has 14, and San Jose has 14. Now let's talk about the monthly. Game 1 against Dallas, 4-3 loss. Was not pretty. It was unexcusable the way that game went. Not going to put too much emphasis on it. It was just one of those games, one of those days where nobody showed up, nobody cared. Why? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not the coach. Oops. Coach isn't here anymore. It started out. Oh, boys. Did it start out ugly. 8 minutes and 8 seconds in, Matt Duchene scores. Don't worry, Evander Kane eventually tied it up with 3 minutes left in the first period. Second period was ugly, and this is one thing I want to stress out. The second periods for the Oilers have been ugly. The month of November was bad for the power play, bad for the PK, until the end. I'll say until 6 games left. So majority of the games were bad, ugly, and just not entertaining. But they turned it around. Was it the coaching change, which we will talk about? Was it just the players figured it out? They got healthy. We'll talk about that. Was it Skinner figured out how to win again? We'll talk about that. So many things to talk about. Anyways, second period, Pavelski scores. Hintz scores. Power play goal. Third period, Hintz scores. And before you know it, it's 4-1 Dallas. And then Mr. Sam Gagner shows up to the party, gets 2 to end the game. In the last 10 minutes of the third period, the Oilers finally woke up. Gagner from CC and Kulak, Gagner from Kane. That's all good. That's all right. But here's the part that's concerning and sucks. 49 shots for the Oilers. If you're taking that many shots, you better win a game. To 27. Not good enough. Not good enough on the goalies. 0 for 4 on the power play, like I said, for the Oilers. 1 for 2 on the power play for Dallas. Like I said, 50% on the PK for those. Not good enough. Just not good enough. This team it wasn't willing to block shots. Wasn't willing to do anything, really. But never fear, never fear. We're playing Nashville at home. Nashville is a team that we could beat, should have beaten, and we got mollywopped. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, guys. This was an atrocious game. Again, 35 shots on goal, only 2 goals to show for it. It looked good at first. Nurse got the first goal on the power play from Ekholm and McLeod. Good on McLeod for his first assist this season. But then it was all Predators all the time from there. We get a goal at 9:57 on a power play. At 10:22, however, probably the exact shift afterwards, Forsberg scores to tie it up. And then in the second period, O'Reilly. And then Hyman scores a power play goal from Bouchard and McDavid. Makes it 3-2. And then Novak scores. And to end off the nightcap, O'Reilly gets the hat trick. on Edmonton's ice. O'Reilly gets the hat trick. Again, shots at 35-34. Power play, 2 for 3 for Edmonton. We finally woke up that game. Nashville, 1 for 4. Not really much else to talk about. Just not a good game overall. Moving on to November 6th versus Vancouver, a game that I think should have been the revenge game. They mollywopped us twice in October. They kicked our ass pretty handedly again. I don't know what it is. Maybe Vancouver's really that good. I don't know. Or are they just riding a hot start and it'll die down and they'll be a playoff team. But it'll die down. Again, shots, 43 for Edmonton, 36 for Vancouver. 43 shots, 2 goals. Unacceptable, unacceptable, unacceptable. I don't fucking care what league you're playing in. If you're taking 40-plus shots, you better get more than 2 goals. Like, it's just, unless you're taking shots from the point that don't mean shit just to get shots on. Again, game started out strong. Power play goal by Ekholm. His first goal of the season, assisted by Gagner and Kane. Good God, Gagner and Kane. But Vancouver answers right back with a Hughes goal, a Suter goal, a Besser goal on the power play. Before we know it, it's 3-1 Vancouver after 1. Second period, Draisaitl makes it look a little presentable. Gets a goal assisted by Fogle, makes it 3-2. Höglander scores, makes it 4-2 late in the second period. And then the third period is Miller, and then Besser gets an empty net power play goal. Not an empty net power play goal, just a power play goal, sorry. 2 power play goals in the third period by Vancouver, makes it 6-2. Power plays, Vancouver had 6, Oilers had 3. There's something wrong with that when Vancouver has double the amount of power plays the Oilers do. I'm not a ref. I'm not a league official. I don't know what is or isn't a penalty anymore. Oilers went 1 for 3. Vancouver went 3 for 6. It doesn't matter how many penalties you take. You got to fucking kill them. 50% just is not good enough in the NIHL. Anyways, we're moving on because, hey, we got a long video to make. We're in San Jose. Now, November 9th. Mark that on your calendar as the day Woodcroft got fired. Yes, he coached November 11th against Seattle. But the Oilers, I will get out of this and go to see myself here. Don't forget to, my name is Matt. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Tell all your friends. Like, this is huge for us right now. We're close to 500. Woodcroft got fired on November 11th. Yes, he was still coaching on Woodcroft got fired November 9th. Yes, he was still coaching November 11th, but this was the game this team needed to win. This was the have to win, must win, better win. No goddamn excuses, no goddamn forgiveness. You don't win, your coach is gone. There was no secret about that. Like, I don't know why people are mad. Well, McDavid had a lot to do with it. The team had a lot. You fucking rights the team had a lot to do with it. Do you think that Jeff Jackson and Holland and Cates and everyone else that's involved in the business decision of firing coaches wanted to fire a guy like Woodcroft? Hell fucking no. Players seem to not want to fire him, but hey, you don't want your coach fired, win the fucking game. You're going up against a team that is worse than you, has won 2 games all year because they beat Philadelphia the 2 nights before. So essentially, they had 1 game that they've won all year. And you do that. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because, again, 41 shots to 18. San Jose took 18 fucking shots. Let's start off first period. San Jose scores late in the first period. Zetterlund, 18:35 into the first period, so 2:35 left. Holy fuck, like what are we doing, right? Darnell Nurse, early in the second period, ties it up, assisted by Draisaitl and Fogle. That's a positive. And then Hurdle scores, makes it 2-1. And go on to the third period, a minute and a half into the third period. Zadina scores. Hopkins makes it close late in the game with assist goes to Bouchard and Ekholm. Not good enough. Can't complain about the reffing. Oilers had 4 power plays. 0 for on the power play, 0 for 2. Here's the good news on the PK, though. San Jose got 2 power plays. They killed them both. So, hey, PK looked good. Power play needed a lot of work still. First period shots, 14-6. Second period shots, 10-8. Third period shots, 17-4. Oilers outshot them every period. 0 goals in the first period. 1 goal in the second, 1 goal in the third. Not fucking good enough. Just not good enough. And because of that, you got your coach fired. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Was it bad timing? Whatever. Be whatever side of the fence you want. If you say it was a good firing, a bad firing, shouldn't have happened, then coach got fired for many reasons, and I could talk about every single reason till I'm blue in the face, but the main reason why the coach got fired is he tried to implement a new system that this team just doesn't play. And instead of figuring it out when we were losing and 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 losing in October, and then it's like, oh, well, it's just October. It's just a slump. That's what they always do. And then we go into November and we're losing and we're losing and we're losing and we're losing. You didn't want to change. You didn't want to change the system back to the run and gun 3-2 that worked last year. Worked the year before that. Worked the year before that. Worked. The reason why you were the best winning percentage coach in the NHL wasn't because the 1-3-1 system. It was because you let your players run and gun and play the style of play that they were successful at. Why did you change? We could talk to a blue in the face about why he changed. Could have been a player in the locker room said, hey, let's do the Vegas style. Could have been outside sources say, hey, you guys need to play like Vegas. Everybody needs to play like Vegas. Everybody needs to play this new 1-3-1 style. Doesn't work for this team. And it's showing right now, the way they're playing, they're not a 1-3-1 system. So yes, unfortunately Woodcroft was fired. And the new coach they brought in isn't too shabby of a coach. I don't want to hear this Connor McDavid connection bullshit. I'm tired of it. He's got a Warren Fogle connection. He's got a Connor Brown connection. He's got a Jeff Jackson connection. He's got a connection. Sorry, I dropped my pen. He's got a connection with probably 70, I'm going to say 45 to 50% of the people in the Oilers organization. But let's all say it's because of Connor McDavid. Sick of the fucking narrative about Connor McDavid runs this show and Connor McDavid calls the shots. Just sick of it. It's a narrative that's fake and stupid. And I hate the, what do I call them? Gossip columnist hockey writers that spread the spew, the garbage. Stick to facts, people. Your stories, your clickbait bullshit, I'm sick of it. And I'm over it. And that goes for everybody. Like, I'm not just singling out any one writer, any one columnist, or any one Oiler gossip. You're all gossip writers. It is what it is. Get mad. Like I said, comment, like, subscribe. Tell all your friends. I don't care. I legitimately don't care. But moving on, we had a win. Hey, we win a game. First win of November against Seattle. We win 4-2. I mean, that's a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, too little too late. Like I said, that was Woodcroft's last game. He was fired after this game. Hyman scores the first goal of the game. Makes it 1-0, assist to Kane. Hyman scores the second goal of the game on the power play from Bouchard and Hopkins. Hyman scores the third goal of the game. Natural hat trick for Zachary Hyman. Toss your chapeau. Here we go. That was also assisted by Kane. Before you know it, it's 3-0. But oh my gosh, look at this kid. Holloway gets a goal. We call it 4-0. McLeod and Ceci get the assist. It's 4-0 after 1. Not to be outdone, outshone. Seattle gets a power play goal from Schwartz. Good goal for him. And nothing in the third period. Basically, Oilers scored 1 period. I mean, you want to be happy about that. Sure, you want to celebrate that. Go nuts. They scored in 1 period. 60-minute game. They scored all their goals in 20 minutes of it. Still not a 60-minute effort. Again, shots are 26-18. Maybe that's the secret. Don't take more than 25 shots 30 shots. You don't take more than 30 shots, you win the game. Maybe that's the Oilers' secret. Don't take too many shots. Just keep it level. Again, power play was 1 for 3. Seattle's power play was 1 for 3. Can't really complain too much about that. Block shots were better for the Oilers. They're figuring it out. And, of course, November 13th at home against the Islanders. You could say this was a game that they were going to win regardless. They won 4-1 over the Islanders. Didn't start out pretty, though. Oh, boy, did it not start out pretty. 33 shots for the Islanders, 32 shots for the Oilers. Matthew Barzal scores the goal. 40 seconds into the period. 40 effing seconds into the period. Barzal scores, makes it 1-0. So we're thinking, oh, God, maybe it wasn't the coach. Maybe this team just sucks. Just flat out, maybe this team just sucks. This team's garbage. Sell the farm. Get everybody out of here. I mean, it wasn't looking good. 40 seconds in, you get scored on under a new coach. Unacceptable. Draisaitl says, hold my beer. He gets his 6th goal of the season, assisted by Nurse, ties it up after 1. Going on in the second period, a whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of neutral zone play, a whole lot of garbage. Excuse me. A whole lot of garbage hockey again. This team cannot play a 60-minute game. Third period, thankfully for a power play, Zach Hyman with his 8th goal of the season, assisted by McDavid and Draisaitl on the power play, make it 2-1. Not to be outdone, McDavid says, hold my beer, I want a power play goal too. He gets the assist by Draisaitl, 3-1. And a shorthanded goal by Kane, this kind of seals the deal, assisted by Draisaitl. So we got 2 power play goals, a shorthanded goal, and an even strength goal. Special teams turned it around. Gotta give it to Paul Coffey. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Paul Coffey, Gullickson, and Stewart. They're talking. They're working. And I will say this. This is the first coach game for the coach. Paul Coffey is the new assistant coach. If you didn't know, now you know. Paul Coffey was also hired because Dave Manson was fired. Dave Manson and Woodcroft were gone. Replacements Knobloch and Coffey. I don't think it was the 2 previous coaches' faults, but it's easier to fire 2 than trade 5. So we go in period by period. Shots were 11-7 for the Islanders after 1, 9-6 for the Islanders after 2, and then third period the Oilers just took over 19-13. Oilers were 2 for 3 on the power play. Pretty good. Islanders were 0 for 3 on the power play. 0 for 3. Oilers have finally figured out how to kill penalties. Islanders blocked a lot of shots, 21 of them to be exact. So what I noticed about Paul Coffey and his coaching style is he doesn't go to the iPad. He doesn't go to the iPad, pin a video, and then wait till after the game or a meeting to have with the defenseman. He sees you fuck up on the ice, and boy, oh boy, I love this about the guy. He's old school. I love old school coaches. He will pinpoint you on the bench. He'll wait while you're sitting on the bench, get your drink on, drinking, and he'll tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, next time you're out there, instead of doing this flyby bullshit, don't want to get hit, don't want to get in the middle of the play, hold on to the puck a little bit. Hold on to the puck. Go behind your net. Survey the land, shall they say. Look for the outlet. What's the better play? Instead of head down and just passing it blindly all willy-nilly, hold on to it. Puck possess a little bit. The name of the game is no longer pucks in deep. It's pucks on net. Possession. If you got the puck, the opponent doesn't. If you have the puck, it's hard for the other team to score on you because you've got the puck. I get the dump and chase. I get that goalies are too good nowadays and defense are way too good at breakouts in the NHL. It's better to hold on. If you don't like what you see, regroup. Oilers are doing that in fine form and fine fashion. Love what Ekholm was doing. I love that Ekholm, every whistle He's talking to Bouchard and helping the young kid along. I'm loving that. I love seeing that. I love the growth that this team has put in the last 7, 8, 12, 14 games. Last 10 games. They put in the work. They put in the work. They put in the growth. They know what it is to win. Now, it can't be always winning all the time, but again, we played Seattle on the 15th. Another victory. We must have Seattle's number this year. Much like Vancouver has our number, we have Seattle's. Game was in overtime. I was at this game. What a game to be at. Boy, oh boy. So, again, we go to first period. 5:21 in. Connor McDavid gets a goal. Assisted by Draisaitl and Bouchard. Not to be outdone, a minute and a half later, McCann scores to make it 1-1, and then Palmieri scores to make it 2-1. Weinberg scores to make it 3-1. All that in the second period. There was no scoring in the first period. What a boring first period. Again, Oilers played back. They looked tentative. They looked scared to make mistakes. Like I said, I was at that game, and you could hear a pin drop. There was so much nervous energy in that building that I've never felt before going to a live game. It was just, there's something in the air in Edmonton at that point in time that was like, this team may not be what we thought they are. Like, if McDavid doesn't get 150, and Draisaitl doesn't get 120, and Hopkins doesn't get 100, and Kane doesn't get 90, this team may be flawed, and this team may be in trouble. So we're all sitting there, and the people around me, we're just all pins and needles on the edge of our seat waiting for something bad to happen. And then McDavid scores, and the roof just blows up. And everyone's like, okay, McDavid scored. The second period, we got things popping. We got things under control. And then Seattle scored. And back down to reality of, oh, crap. What the hell is this team? And then Seattle scored the second goal a minute later. And then late in the second period, they scored again to go up 3-1. And we're thinking, holy shit, like, this is it, man. Like, trades are coming. Good people in the locker room are leaving. We might have to blow up this core just a little bit to get better on the back end. Third period comes around. Evander Kane gets a goal. 13:28 left in the third period. And I'm talking late in the third period. This isn't no early third period success. So for the whole second period, the second intermission, halfway through the third, it was just, this team is not good enough. And this team just can't win. They're finding ways to lose games. Kane scores on the Bouchard. Ekholm get the assist. Empty netter. 6-on-5. Empty netter. You've got Bouchard on the ice. You've got Hopkins on the ice. You've got Draisaitl on the ice. You've got McDavid on the ice. You had Kane on the ice. And you had Hyman on the ice. I looked at a couple buddies around me. I don't know who they were there, but I looked at them and I said, this may be the last time we see all 6 of these guys on the ice. One of two things is going to happen. I brought my phone out and I recorded. One of two things is going to happen here. You're going to see one of these guys gone due to trade to get better for the area of weakness. Or you're going to see an empty net goal, this team going to overtime, and they're going to win this game. Low and B, freaking hold. Kane scores, assisted by Draisaitl and Hopkins. We are tied 3-3 going into OT, and boy, oh boy, Kane with the natural hat trick in overtime. Assisted by Hyman and Bouchard. And boy, that building was loud as fuck. People were leaving halfway through the third period when it was 3-1. People were leaving. 3-2, more people were leaving. People were leaving in droves when it was 1 minute left to play in regulation. I'm going to say the building was 45% empty. That's how many people left that game. Shots 35-31. Oilers found the sweet spot. Power play 0 for 3, but here's the kicker here. Seattle had 5 power plays, 0 for 5 for them. Oilers figured out how to kill penalties. That's good to see. Blocked shots, I figured out how to do that too. 22 of them. Shot by shot in the periods. 13-11 for Seattle in the first. 15-7 for Seattle in the second. And 10-6 for the Oilers in the third. You're kidding me with that second period again. Your team is down and you take 7 shots on net. Not good enough. Just not good enough. But a win's a win's a win's a win, and we talk about it till we're blue in the face. So we move on. We got the 3-game... we got a 2-game winning streak going on. 3-game. Yeah, we got a 3-game heater. Best 3-game we hit. First 3-game win streak of the season. We are heading to Tampa Bay to face the Tampa Bay Lightning on November 18th, and this is where I hate burst y'all's bubble. Wasn't all sunshine and roses. Oilers lose 6-4. Shots yet again. 42 shots for the Oilers. 24 for Tampa. Was Vasilevsky in that? Nah. Vasilevsky was still hurt at this time. Shorthanded goal scored by Derek Ryan. His first goal of the season. Oilers up 1-0. James Hamlin. First goal of his NHL career. Kiss the sky, my friend. Your mom is up there shining down, smiling on you. Oilers up 2-0. Ooh, late power play for Tampa, though. Kucherov scores. Makes it 2-1 going into the first intermission. Oilers are still up 2-1. Gotta hold it. Gotta find a way. Halfway through the second period, Kucherov scores again. 2-2. Oh, shit. Never fear, though. Derek Ryan's second goal of the game, assisted by Fogle and Ekholm, make it 3-2 Oilers. 3-2 after 2. You've just got to hold on for 20 minutes. Hold on for 20 fucking minutes. Can you not play a 20-minute period? One period. You haven't played a 60-minute game in forever. Can you play 20 minutes? Nope. 3:54 into the third. Janot scores. It's okay. At 8:04, Bouchard scores. Oilers go up 4-3. You're up 4-3 halfway through the third period. You should hold that lead. Let's not sugarcoat shit. You should hold that lead. Stamkos power play goal. Glendening. And the empty netter goes to Sergachev. Oilers lose 6-4 because you could not hold a third period lead. You couldn't even, I'm not going to say third period lead, you couldn't even hold a 10-minute lead. 10 minutes of game time. You could not hold a lead. 0 for 5 on the power play were the Oilers. Again, shit power play. I don't know what's going on, but fucking fix it. 2 for 4 were the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's the difference. Power plays. Shots in the first, 19-10. Shots in the second, 8-3. Shots in the third, 15-11. All Oilers favored. 11 shots and 4 goals went in on 11 shots. Unacceptable. Not good enough. Said it sucks. When you're in the suck, it sucks. So can't dwell on that because we've got Florida the next 2 nights later, February 20th. Florida Panthers. And at the end of the day, it is a 5-3 loss. Started out hot again. Connor McDavid scores. Draisaitl, Bouchard get the assist. His 5th goal of the season. Kane scores a few minutes after that. His 8th goal of the season from Derek Ryan and McLeod. 2-0 Oilers. 2-0. 2-0 halfway through the first period. This should have been an easy shut her down, open up shop game. No power play for Florida. Verhaeghe scores. Makes it 2-1. 5 minutes later, Mikkola scores. Makes it 2-2. 2-2 going on in the first intermission. Something needs to be said. This team needs to be sat down and showed the basics. Didn't matter. 6:08 into the second period. Sorry, 5 minutes in the second period. McDavid. Beautiful McDavid. What a beauty. Scores, makes it 3-2. 1 minute and 8 seconds later. Oilers can't play. They score a goal and they give up the goal right away. It's almost like, hey, spot them 2 goals and let's get back. Oh, Mikla scores his second of the game, makes it 3-3. And then Strindlund scores to make it 4-3. 4-3. Heading into the third period for Florida. Sam Bennett scores an empty netter. Makes it 5-3. Oilers 0 for 3 on the power play. Power play sucks. Power play sucks. Last 3 games, they're 0 for 12 on the power play. 3 games. 0 for. You can't win having an 0 for on power play. At least Florida only scored once on their 4-man advantages. So, hey, PK's still looking good. First period shots, 7-13 for Florida. Second period shots, 12-13 for Florida. Third period shots, 10-7 for Edmonton. Not good enough. Team's just not good enough right now. Their record for the month of November to start is 3-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3-6. Fucking unacceptable. We move on to Carolina, and oh boy. Carolina. This was doomed from the start. This game was... This game was atrocious to start. Nurse gets a puck to the forehead. He's still got 2 black eyes, a broken nose. Skinner goes flying in the middle of the fucking ice and goes across the red line. Trips on a line, trips on a ghost or something. Ominous start. We're in warm-ups and we're like a freaking bench warmers beer league type team. Garbage. Anyways, let's get into it. 1-0. Halfway through the first period, Victor Foss scores. 47 seconds later, Jury scores. Minute and a half later, Teravainen scores. 2.5 minutes later, Jarvis scores. 4-0 in a matter of 5 minutes. Fucking pathetic. Hey, bright spot Hyman. Gets power play goal, though. Assisted by Drysdale and Bouchard, 4-1 after 1. But you thought it would get better, right? You thought maybe it gets better? Nah. 2:13 into the second period. Nietzsche scores to make it 5-1. Ekholm late in the second period scores a shorthanded goal assisted by McLeod and Fogle. Ekholm's second goal of the season. Third period, Hyman scores again. Gets his 10th goal of the season assisted by McDavid and Hopkins. 5-3. We're 5-3. We got some hope. We got some hope, right? No. No urgency. No hope. No nothing. Burns scores a short-handed empty net goal to make it 6-3. Shots are 27-23 for Carolina. 1 for 4 on the power play where the Oilers, again, abysmal. Where are you, abysmal? Fucking terrible power play. I've got no words for how bad this power play is. Hey, again, 0 for 5 for Carolina, so PK's looking pretty damn good. PK's holding their own. Power play's shite. First period, 8 shots to 12 for Carolina. Second period, 7-4 for Carolina. Third period, 11-8 for the Oilers. 4 shots in 1 period? Really? You're down? You're down? by that many and you take 4 shots on net and expect to win a hockey game. Again, second periods and power plays. This team does not play them. But we get to the sunshines and roses of everything. We've got Washington 2 nights later on the 24th. Oh boy, the Washington Capitals. I said on the stream, this game could go one of 2 ways. Ovi's either going to light the fucking Oilers up and score 5 by himself, or this team might actually figure it out and do something. Thank heavens this team figured it out and did something, to the tune of a 5-0 mollywop of the Washington Capitals. It started early and it started often. Shots on goal were 35-25 for the Oilers. Evander Kane scored, assisted by Draisaitl, and Desharnais gets his first assist of the season. Followed up by Hopkins 1 minute later, gets his 4th goal of the season. McDavid and Hyman get the assist on that, 2-0 after 1. Moving on to the second period, Bouchard on the power play, assisted by McDavid and Hopkins. Draisaitl on the power play scores. McDavid and Hopkins get the assist again. 3-point period for McDavid because another power play goal by Draisaitl, assisted by Hyman and McDavid, make it 5-0. No goals were needed in the third period. Nothing else was needed to be said. This team finally figured out how to play a 60-minute game. 3 for 4 on the power play. Holy shit, that power play woke up. That's good signs moving forward. 0 for 5 on the PK. Again, that PK doing marvelous things. Marvelous things on the PK. Hang your hat on that PK, please. That PK that this Oilers team has, top notch. Shots by period, 21 first period shots to 6. It's recipe for success. You shoot more. 9-11 for Washington in the second period. Again, a bad second period, but no goals were scored. Skinner was the man this game. Followed up by 8-5 in the third period. Skinner gets his 3rd career shutout. We're all celebrating. We're all happy, 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 happy. Hoy. Life's good. Life's good for the Oilers. We won one. We won one. We're celebrating like we won the fucking Stanley Cup because, let's be real, we needed that. We needed that win so bad. We move on to our home game on Sunday against Anaheim. Oof. I feel bad for the Ducks in this one. 8-2 final, 26 shots to 23. Oilers finally break out after Washington's 5-0 schwalping. We went duck hunting and we shot everything in sight. Started out ugly though. Let's be 100% honest. This game was ugly to begin with. Jones scores 3:32 into the first period. Kane scores a minute and a half later. Ties the game up at 1. Connor Brown gets his first assist as an Oiler. First point as an Oiler. Finally, he did something. And Draisaitl gets the other assist. Not to be outdone, 2 minutes later, and I mean 2 minutes later, Jones scores again. Makes it 2-1. But McDavid scores. Makes it 2-2. 9.5 minutes left to go in the first period. Hyman and Nurse get the assist. 3.5 minutes later, Hopkins gets the goal. Nurse and McDavid get an assist. And roughly 5.5 minutes after that, Hyman gets his first goal of the game, 11th goal of the season, assisted by McDavid. Another 3-point period by McDavid. Vincent Desharnais gets the assist on that, 4-2 after 1. Second period rolls around. James Hamlin, number 2. How you do? Ernie gets the assist on that first point as an Oiler for Ernie. This was a good night for new-coming Oilers. Desharnais gets the second assist of the evening. Make it 5-2 Edmonton. Not to be outdone, Hyman makes it 6-2 Edmonton. McDavid gets another assist. Point night for McDavid. After 2, it's 6-2. Now this is where it gets fun and interesting and exciting. Oilers get a power play halfway through the third period. Draisaitl gets his 9th goal. McDavid gets his 18th assist. Bouchard gets an assist. We call it a 7-2 lead. Ekholm, who thought he scored earlier in the game but didn't due to bad camera work, because that puck was clearly over the net. Anyways, don't behold, Ekholm gets his 3rd goal of the season on the power play. Nurse and Kane get the helpers. 8-2 final. Shots were 26-23. Power play, 2 for 6 for Edmonton, 0 for 3 for Anaheim. That's right, folks. Edmonton had 6 power plays. They had a lot of help. A lot of help that game. But hey, sometimes you need that. Sometimes the Oilers need to be beneficiaries of officiating. Instead of it going the other way, the Oilers were beneficiaries of it. And it was about time. Law of averages, it evens out eventually. First period shots were 12-10 for Anaheim. Again, that first period could have got ugly quick in the favor of Anaheim. But Skinner held his own. Skinner settled down. Skinner's looking good. Looking good. Looking good, kid. 7-10 for shots for the Oilers in the second period. 6-4 for shots in the third period. Again, they didn't play a full 60. They didn't have to this time. We move along to the Vegas Golden Knights game. Boy. This is a team that the Oilers have to have revenge against, right? November 28th, Golden Knights are in town. This is another must-win because we need to go. We need to get this. We need to get this streak going, right? We need to go for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins. We need to win and win often. 5-4 in shootout. Oh boy, again, Oilers. Gagne starts us off 1-0 halfway through the first period, assisted by Hamlin. Good to see Gagne scoring goals, his third goal this season. Hamlin gets his first assist to go with his 2 goals. 1-0 after 1 for the Oilers. But not to be outdone, 1 minute and 11 seconds into the second period. Stone scores, makes it 1-1. We play on, 5:08 into the second period. Yanni Mark, where you been? Gets his first goal of the season. Ekholm and McDavid get the assist on that. Make it 2-1 Edmonton. But 41 seconds later, I can't even believe this. It's not even a minute that they wait. Amadou scores, makes it 2-2. McDavid gets his 8th goal of the season, assisted by CC, makes it 3-2. A minute and a half after that, Amadou scored. And with 3 minutes and 27 seconds left to go on in that period, power play goal scored by Evander Kane, assisted by Bouchard and McDavid. Another 3-point period for Captain Connor. Going on in the third period, Oilers have a 4-2 lead. It should be an easy held lead, right? And this is where the fuckery and the shenanigans happen when you play the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The refs don't give a fuck what team you are. If you're playing the Knights, they are going to call a lot of penalties against you, especially if the Knights are losing. If the game is close or the Knights are losing, watch any Golden Knight game. I'm not just talking about it as an Oiler fan. Watch any Golden Knight game. If Vegas is down by 2 or more, or the game is close and it's late, they will either A, get a power play, or B, get away with one. And that's exactly what happened. Oilers got into penalty trouble. And Vegas got away with a slash, a hook, a high stick, a blatant trip. They get away with it. Hutton scores. Makes it 4-3. McDavid gets his stick held on the corner. Clearly, the guy's holding it. The ref's looking at it. No call on that. Who fucking cares, right? Hey, play through it. Man up. Don't be a pussy. Kolesar gets the puck on the other end, and he scores. Before you know it, it's 4-4. Nothing happened in overtime. Went down to a shootout. McDavid scored. Skinner made the save on Stone on one end. And Hopkins gets the game winner because Eichel hits the post. Again, shots are 34-27 for the Oilers. 0 for 5 on the power play was Vegas. Yeah, you heard that right. 0 for 5. Imagine that, right? And the Oilers were 1 for 3. Again, that Oiler PK looking stellar, looking good. The Oilers took shots, and they dominated every period. Just, you can't beat the refs. The refs win every time. They're undefeated, folks. And we go into Winnipeg. We just got 3 wins in a row. We're on a high. We got 1 game left before the 6th game break. And we go into Winnipeg. Oh, tale of 2 tapes on this one. Thank God Hollebuck did have a chink in the armor. Otherwise, we'd be talking about a loss here. No, nay, hold my beer, says Nurse. We got a goal. Didn't look good early. Winnipeg controlled play in the first period. Oilers were sitting back tentative. I think they knew they were leaving on a 6-day break. 6-day break. No, we're not going to really do anything after this. Let's not get hurt. Let's not need to go to the hospital. Perfetti scores on the power play. Nice little tip in. I will not take anything away from Perfetti. Nice little tip in goal there. 18:21 into the first period, so a minute and 43 seconds left in the period. They score. Nothing in the second period. Hollebuck was making magnificent saves. Hollebuck was Vezina caliber tonight. Unfortunately for him, Nurse took a shot from the point. I mean, he was in the top circle. Between the point and top circle, you need to make that save. Thankfully for the Oilers, he didn't. Nurse gets the goal, assisted by McLeod. And Janmark gets his second point of the season. Make it 1-1. Not to be outdone, Draisaitl scores on the power play. Assisted by McDavid and Bouchard. Boy, oh boy, 2-1 Edmonton, 17:47. Into the third period, so with 3:03 left to go in the game. Oilers get a power play. Oilers score. They're up 1. Empty netter for Winnipeg. McLeod takes a shot from center ice, and thank the hockey gods, it goes in. McLeod with his first goal of the season, assisted by Hyman and CC. 3-1 hockey game. Play La Bamba, baby. 4th time in a row. Oilers win. Oilers win. Oilers are streaking into their break. Shots were 39-26 for the Oilers. 1 for 2 on the power play for the Oilers. They should have got more, but hey, I'm not going to be complaining. 1 for 3 was Winnipeg on the power play themselves. So the Oilers yet again do the dirty work and the yeoman's work on the PK. Shots were 12-8 in the first, 10-10 in the second, 17-8 in the third. Again, nothing to write home about on this. They're still overall shitty. 9-12 is the overall record. I am sad to say that I lost again. I thought they'd have a better month. BW was the closest. I said they were going to go 10-4 because I thought they were going to ride that October little streak into something. They didn't. BW went 8-6. I said 10-4. Actual was 7-7. My 3 players to watch were Kane, Hopkins, and Gagne. Holloway, McLeod, and Brown were his 3 players to watch. 14 games, 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 points. Point a game player Kane. Hopkins was 14 games played, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. Gagne played 10, got 3 assists, 4 points, 1 apple. Holloway played 6, goal, that was it. McLeod played 14, a goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Brown played 8 due to injury and had an assist for 1 point. So Brown disappointed, Holloway disappointed, and Gagne filled a role. Gagne came up, filled a role, played well. He's in. I'd almost put Gagne in over Derek Ryan or I don't know, Derek Ryan, Janmark, McLeod, I don't know. Fogle. I'd put Gagne in over anybody that's in the bottom 6 right now. And that shouldn't be the case. But it is. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's a freaking long video. Long breakdown for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, my name is Matt for Oilers After Dark. Please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think the month of December is going to look like. Because, boy, oh boy, we got a lot of games in December. Excuse me. We got 6 home games, 6 away games for a total of 14. Or is that 12? Say that. That's 12 games. 6 home games to start. And it starts on December 6th on Wednesday against Carolina. Team we got to get some sort of revenge against, maybe? I don't know. Is it going to be rust? Or is it going to be rest for the Oilers? As of right now, this moment, the Carolina Hurricanes are 14-8-1. Their last 10 are 6-3-1. Oilers are 9-12-1. Their last 10 are 7-3. As of right now of this video. But Carolina does play today. They play the Jets today at 5:30. I'll be paying attention to that game. Who knows, folks? Does this team have what it takes to make the playoffs? Are you convinced this team is better than they were in November? Early November? late October, all of October, in September? Is this team good enough to make the playoffs? What say you? Do you think so? Or is this just a flash in the pan? This team should just tank for that kid that's playing in Boston University right now. Or Boston College. Yeah, there is a kid in Boston College who's 17 years old, looking like a man. Do you tank for that kid? Or do you salvage a season? What says you? My name is Matt for Oilers After Dark. As always, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.